It's Friday again, and we have an excellent session for you today where we're covering 4 Jimi Hendrix licks, or at least inspired by, mostly stolen though, in the key of C minor. So I've made a backing track for this, which you can find on the free area of Patreon. So it's just a standard, I think it's about 8 bars long, standard backing track using the same chord, just to give you an idea of what to play over. So if you want that, go and visit Patreon. Nice one. And these basically just cover a good range of Hendrix style licks. So you're using shape 1 going into shape 5 of the pentatonic boxes, and the sound is generated by this, which is a 68 Japanese 68 it's 1986 68 reissue. That's what it is. And we've got the Marshall set on a clean channel, going into a Plexi drive Mini by Brian Wampler, and that should give you the sound just for that Jimi Hendrix Plexi tone. So there you go. I'll show you the settings to that in just a second. If you do like this video, please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button for the future notifications, and visiting all the social medias as well. Patreon, as I said, is available, and the tab for this lesson is free on my website, dansguitar.com. So the settings on the Plexi, just before we go into the actual lick demonstrations, are we've got the gain on round about 9 o'clock. I might up that in a second. The volume is to match the level output of the amplifier, so that's on about 10, 11 o'clock. And then the tone I've got on the same as the volume, just over. Mids are off, and the bass kind of boost is on, just to give it a little bit more flavour, so you can see all that there anyway. There we go. That is it. Let's get on with the licks. Enough chat, and I will see you at the end of the video. Fairly straightforward on this one, in the sense of you're technically really only using 4 notes, apart from that double stop at the end where you're bringing in that A note there, sorry, G, on that second string. So you start with the full tone bend, 10th fret, 3rd string, so in the key of C minor, and you're going to bend that up. Don't hear it come back down, that's the important thing with this one. So you're bending it up. Then the next strike is when the 10 is at its just standard position, and you run down the pentatonic from there to the B flat note on that 4th string, so like that. So it's bend up, back to the root note, the C note, 10th fret on that D string with vibrato. So you've got 10, 10, and then it goes 8, 10, same string, bringing in that double stop blues curl on the end, which is the 8 and 8 on the 2nd and 3rd string. So I'll play that again. So the killer point with this is getting that vibrato on the 11th fret on the 2nd string. So that's 8, 11 with vibrato. Then we've got a lovely run of 8, 11 pull off on that 2nd string. So that's 8 first, 11 pull off 2nd string, 3rd string, 10th fret bend, and then you go 8, 8 2nd first, and then 11 pull off to the 8 again on the 2nd string. So that's like, okay. And then we've got the blues scale run where, so that's your first part, is 11, 10, 8 on the 3rd string, to the 10 on the 4th string, and then it's the typical Hendrix bend where you stop it at the top, let it down, and then go straight to the 8th fret without hearing the bend come back down. So you get that typical Hendrix bend. So there we go. Right, I'll try and play that slow, so it goes like this. And 2, 3, 4, 1. There we go. It's gone to lick number 3. Gotta love the Strat buzz, right? One of those things, isn't it, with a Strat? Love the sound, hate the buzz. Here we go. Right, so when we've got this one with a little bit more gain, it'll sound better, but we have the 8 on the first string. This is triplet pattern throughout this entire lick. So 8, 11, 8, so that's 8 first, 11, 8 second string. Back to the 11 on the second string with a bend this time. And then we've got 8, 11, 8 on the first string, 11, 8 second, and then it's 10 on the third with your full tone bend, 8 second, roll across to 8 first, and then 11, 8, 10, 8, so that's second string, third string, with some nice wide vibrato at the end. I'll play that slow for you now. So it goes 3, 4. There it is. Let's get on to lick number 4. So this one's a little bit trickier to keep repeating over like that, but there you go. So you've got your full tone bend, 10th fret on that third string. So with vibrato on the second time you come down, so like that. Then we've got 8, 10, 8 pull off. So this is getting quicker as we go through. Which you're going to go, so we'll start that part again actually. So you do your 8 on the third string, and then 10, 8 pull off, going to 10, 8 on the fourth string then, and then it's a double stop bend with double 8 on the, that makes sense, doesn't it, on the third string and second string, with a blues curl if you can, so the 10th fret on that fourth string. Then we've got this nice kind of double stop hammer on pull off section where you're keeping that first finger firmly planted on these two strings to start with, so that's the D and the G, 8th fret. You're going to strike those two strings, hammer on to the 10th fret but only on the D string. Then you go to the 10th fret on the A string, so it's like same thing but a string above. Instead of going to the 11th fret this time on the thick string, you're going to slide down to the 6th fret on the A string. So if you can, if you get time to, put that blues curl in to come off to the root note of C on the 8th fret thick string. So that's that lick. Let me play it slow for you now. So it goes 3, 4 and that was close, wasn't it? There you go, back to me. There you have it. Right, so that was it. That was your 4 inspired Jimi H licks, and hopefully you like them. I think they're really cool licks. There's a couple in there which I wouldn't normally use, but I will do now I've worked them all out, because it's pointless working them out if I'm not going to use them, right? So if you did like it, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button and comment below, visit the socials and all that sort of malarkey. And for the sound, obviously I showed you the Brian Wampler pedal Plexi Drive Mini. Check them out, they're really flipping good, and he sent me 3 of them, so I'm not obliged to say whether I like them or not, but I absolutely love them. So he sent me 3 pedals, the Moxie, the Plexi Drive and the Bell, and I can't decide which one I want on my pedal board, so I put all 3 on there, so I've stacked them up. There you go. Check out the video of Dan and Danny jamming with I think it was the Moxie and the Plexi drive. Just check that out, it comes up in there as well. And there's not much more to say really, apart from visit the Patreon page where you can find the free jamming track that I used on this video. Tab is also on my website, dansguitar.com. So I shall leave you with that. Have a wonderful weekend everyone, see you next week.